So my big idea is really focused on a few things. I would describe it as radical. I would say disintermediation is a major component of it, and it's also scary. And the big idea, in describing it in a few words, might not sound so big, but it's about radical technology disruption that's occurring in the ecosystem today, and it's starting. And what I'm shocked by is that people don't see it from within. Take consultants who are advising on technologies and procurement transformation today, or take practitioners in big organizations, or folks in finance or P&L leaders in smaller ones tasked with buying decisions, or tech vendors selling existing technologies. But if you look at actually what's going on behind the scenes right now, both in architecture, so take things like blockchain, and I was very skeptical of blockchain last fall, and I spent a few months coming up to speed on it. I interviewed a ton of little startups, some in stealth mode around it, and a lot of experts coming from the Bitcoin world. But if we throw out Bitcoin for a minute and we look at what blockchain is from a distributed architecture standpoint, it's radical. And it's going to change, ultimately, supplier networks. It's going to change how we agree around systems of record, both internally, across divisions, and with suppliers. You know, how do we know, for example, that an invoice or a PO is truly approved? And have that common data set and definition, not just internally, but as it happens. So things like blockchain are huge, and I just don't see people getting as excited about it as they should. But even if you move to things like new distribution models, I think Amazon Business is an amazing example of it. Love Amazon or hate Amazon, they're here to stay. But they're not just acting as a merchant, they're also acting as a distributor. Creating a dynamic price marketplace where in many cases the pricing for a given SKU is better than what you might have negotiated with a vendor directly, just walking up to it. They're also integrating with over a dozen ERP and e-procurement systems today, becoming a way to manage tail spend. So this is truly disruptive. I mean, if I was in the industrial distribution world or a small manufacturer, I might have my products get knocked off. I might have customers who can get something faster, better, cheaper. Potentially in that online form. So I think what's so radical today and at the same time scary are new platforms and new forms of disintermediation out there. And it's going to come from the bottoms up in terms of technology, and it's going to come from monster suppliers like Amazon experimenting and moving in new directions.